just for us. Isn't that cool?
Fox 10 Talks on Sunday afternoon. What's better than that?
Nothing, really
Right?
nothing, honestly.
Right. Me and Trenton here. Michael's here joining us. Join us on YouTube. We'd love to talk to you. We have a
Full show.
action-packed show
Yeah,
today, man.
yeah.
We're gonna talk about something that you and I've been obsessed with and
Right.
dragging you down my rabbit hole
I've enjoyed it.
on this Louvre jewelry heist.
Yes,
Couple
yes.
of arrests.
Right, just like out of an 80s movie, the bad ones that you can still see, late night movie. A little bit of clarity there.
Okay,
I think
cool.
halfway through the arrest.
Did I see right that George Clooney said he appreciated their work?
I believe so, yes.
Well, it's right as we're learning more. The whole thing is, that's how you do it, right? You
Right.
act like you belong there. You can't show up in some, covered head to toe in a
Right.
black cat suit. You
Exactly.
gotta act like you're a worker there, like the Thomas Crown affair. Remember the first one? They acted like they were all security guards.
Yeah.
And that's how you do it. You get in, act like you're the window cleaning crew, and then
Right.
next thing you know, you got $100 million worth of jewelry. in
And
your
this one
pocket.
was like the Italian Job, where instead of
There
the
you go.
minis that they were going off on, it was motorbikes. Right after they
very
out.
cool.
It was pretty awesome.
gotta love
we
it.
might as well get into that one first. I mean,
You want to know why
let's
we're
just-
sorry?
yeah, let's just hit it.
Poor
Yeah.
Nicole's going to have to
Yeah.
hold on, Nicole.
Just 2 seconds.
We're going to go to
Yeah.
Nicole here just
Yeah.
a bit.
But 2 men arrested, and what I thought was most interesting was one of the suspects at 10 o'clock last night, Paris time, was trying to fly out Charles de Gaulle Airport, trying to board a plane for Algeria. So,
As you do. when
right. To me, this was just, classic Inspector Clouseau, Pink Panther-ish of like,
Yeah.
guy thinks it's been a week. I've had enough time. They're never going to get me, these incompetent cops. I was able to literally rob them blind, in the middle of the day. How are they going to get me? About to get on the plane to a non-extradition country.
Sure.
Just like, one of those. It's 1970s, if you remember, too. They had all those, like, they had the disaster movies, but then they had, like, the hostage movies where it'd be like, Tunisia 77, and like, how do you get off the plane with 10 men armed with guns? This reminded me of that, where you think you're in the clear and then it's, Monsieur,
Monsieur.
can we check your ticket,
yeah,
please?
Right.
Damn it,
Busted.
they got me.
And what, they dropped a glove or something at the scene and DNA
Believe
got
not
him?
only the glove, but then the tools as they were making the hasty exit out. There was loads of stuff, but I mean, just the modern forensic techniques where your DNA is pretty much on anything. Good luck, OJ.
I know,
It's a new
right.
year.
Why do we love these stories so much? I mean,
Fascinating.
Yeah,
I think
it's
the
like,
brazenness too.
Yeah.
We don't obviously support the crime, but I think when life is a little more interesting than fiction,
Yeah.
we're like, that can really happen.
That's a good point. Right.
I think that kind of shocks all of us.
At the
Mike, what do you?
biggest, most well-visited
Right,
museum in the
right.
world.
Yeah. Mike, what's your take on that?
Well, I think, they stole some crown jewels, and I'm guessing those jewels were probably stolen to make the crown to begin with. So the circle is complete. And we did call them bandits last night on the
Yes.
news, and I really
Banditry.
I like the idea that they're not burglars, they're not thieves, they're bandits. I wonder
right.
what the journalistic cue says, that these are bandits, not thieves.
Like you going with the pirate theme here, like kind of the Robin Hood kind of thing?
Maybe because they got away for a minute.
I think we did look up the definition last night as
banditry?
Mike and I were talking about this.
okay.
What does it mean to be a bandit compared to just a regular thief or suspect? So Merriam-Webster says an outlaw who lives by plunder.
There you go.
What if it's a philosophy?
So it's a
And-
lifestyle.
Exactly.
Well,
The
and
bandit lifestyle.
they knew this guy from previous burglaries.
Right.
It says in
Right.
this stuff I'm reading here.
And the other guy, the second suspect, the crew, also was pretty much got his bags packed, ready to go to Mali.
Yeah.
But they're French citizens in I believe it was right outside of Paris in a small suburb where they were.
And it makes sense
got
that
him.
this is not their first rodeo. You don't
Right.
you graduate to the Louvre. You don't start there. Right.
Start at the Holiday Inn Express.
You don't walk away with
Right.
Napoleon's jewels on the first
You
go
take an
round.
extra croissants in the breakfast buffet.
Anyway, so that was an interesting update
Fascinating.
there. So still 2 guys apparently on the loose. But
Well, and we still don't know what happened to the jewels. That's what I think the big takeaway was, is that was left out of the press release from the Paris prosecutor's
true.
office.
Good point.
where are they?
Yeah.
Are they still okay? And
Well,
have they not been melted down?
And if you're smart, I guess you don't want to be caught with the jewels. That's only going to hurt your case. And it was funny on our story last night where just tourists were going up and hoping they found a little diamond that may have fallen off. They could stick it in the pocket.
Just a quick one.
I mean, a little diamond, who knows? It's worth thousands, if not more.
Insane.
Right? Great.
Insane.
Good stuff.
Well, let's move on with the show. So let's go to Nicole Christine. Nicole, you have been covering the Globe situation since it started. Now, we're at the 1 month mark, pretty much, correct? Where right there on Broad Street, all those businesses a month ago getting hit, and then other rounds of weather. And it's just been nonstop there. Tell us about it.
Yeah, so I think it was the 26th or the 27th of September was the first day that we came out here after that flood, and the first initial flood. As you mentioned, there were multiple. So we wanted to come out today and kind of check out what's going on. And so I'm out on Broad Street, which everyone who has been watching us the past month is familiar with the fact that this is the main thoroughfare for the local businesses, restaurants. So the interesting part is that we've got this area that was closed off to the public that's now open. You can drive all the way through Broad Street. You can drive further west on Broad Street than you could before. But they've got this area here. Let me show you. It's busy traffic day here too. But they've got this area here that is still gated off. And this is where several of the businesses that are, I believe, the worst hit, and potentially whether it's the fact that they were older buildings, maybe structural issues they were facing before the floods. These are the businesses that they've kind of deemed, okay, we need to take a minute before we can let you really get inside your business more, can really definitely, talk about reopening. That's not happening for some of these. But I mean, look at this building. We've got the Globe Antique Mall, which we're going to be hearing from them today at 5. But check this out. I mean, you can just see there, like, just some of these buildings, it's like they haven't even really gotten started on being able to clean up inside. The outside might look okay, but like, take a look right there. I mean, you've got a ton of damage back there. It's kind of hard to see, but I mean, you can tell it's been a month. They've made a lot of progress, but also a lot of work still to be done. And I think this is kind of the corner of town business-wise that is still a question mark of what's going to happen to these buildings, what's going to happen to the businesses that are inside the buildings. So we're going to be chatting with the Antique Mall to see if they've been able to get any funding. That's a big question still. And also if they have a timeline for when they might be able to reopen, because right now their front door is boarded up. So, I mean, they're not welcoming anyone in right now. And we did go and stop by a resident's house as well. Not on Jesse Hayes Road where it was hit the most, but a little bit higher up. We spoke to a resident who they built their home about 18 years ago, and they got hit both times from the flood. They're still working through damage. So just kind of giving a perspective that things are progressing, but there is still a lot of people out here that are in the thick of trying to, just even in the repair phase, not even in the rebuild phase yet, just still trying to figure out what their next steps are going to be.
Long process. All right, we'll look forward to that report tonight at 5. Nicole, thank you very much.
Thanks, Nicole.
Globe. All right, this kind of sounds like an unusual heist. Several
robbed blind, I think you could say.
Robbed blind. 3 eyeglass shops in Central Phoenix robbed around the same time, around the same area.
Fascinating.
Glasses, but glasses can be expensive, I guess.
More than I thought. Yeah, when we first were talking about the story yesterday, I was like, who goes into an eyeglasses shop to rob? I mean,
it seems a little risky.
We have the Louvre as an option, but I
think my readers cost me $10.
Yeah,
so,
right.
Apparently, they're not going after those.
No. Here's video of it, but yeah, it's wow. Look at that guy. Look how fast he is.
That doesn't seem like his first rodeo either.
No.
Well, insurance is going up here soon, right?
True.
If the government doesn't make a deal, so
great point, Mike.
Maybe this guy just needs to see better.
Pretty awesome.
But you mean like his prescription prices will go up soon?
Okay. If he's on Obamacare
ACA,
or whatever,
right? He had to get it in before the government. Yeah. Okay. Well, so I guess he didn't quite make the Louvre level bandit.
This is the warm up
syndicate. Yeah. You got to prove yourself.
Right.
Maybe you start.
You have to see. You have to know what you're looking at.
How many glasses can you get out of there with? And then maybe we'll work you up. Maybe one day we'll bring you along with the Louvre job.
Right. Well, let's go to Taylor Wirtz.
All right,
Taylor, you're out there. You've been hitting this one. So you've had a very interesting crime run this weekend, I think we could say.
Don't let Trenton drag you back into Saturday.
Oh, come on. I can't resist.
I think this is becoming my beat. And I did tell the eyeglass shop, I said, this is horrible what happened to you, and I'm so sorry. But trust me, you're better off than the story I was on last night. At least your shop is still pure and hasn't
There's no cleanup. Yeah.
Filed. Exactly.
Wow.
So what's going on? That the video was impressive. Comes to mind.
Sure.
I mean, speed. How quickly he was going. It looked like he was targeting certain glasses, maybe, or a certain row of them. He kind of knew what he was doing. It looked like.
That's exactly what the owners told me. It's a father and daughter that own the shop. She owns it now. He passed it on to her. Very sweet family-run business. And they said exactly that. They said it looked like this. We think maybe this guy had been in here before, had kind of assessed everything. He knew what he wanted. He took a very specific brand of eyewear. It's this very niche but very expensive brand of eyewear. The frames are made in Italy. And so it's not something that I had never heard of it before. Brian, you'd never, right? So it's, he knew what he was going for, they believe. And they think that, because he didn't just steal everything, he made such a mess. He threw a rock through the door, shattered the door. The rock put a hole in the floor. So they're estimating about $80,000 worth of damage.
Holy cow, that jumped up.
Not just what was stolen, but also the damage. Thankfully, they have insurance, so they have a really good outlook on everything. They said, no one was here, no one was hurt. That's all we care about. But obviously, it's still a big inconvenience, and they just feel violated that someone would do this.
Taylor, we have about 30 seconds. Do we think that this might be the same guy from the other two robberies? Also eyeglass shops, right?
It hasn't been ruled out. There's no evidence that they're connected, but it is very strange that this has been going on so close together, two other shops. So there's no way of knowing yet. Phoenix police said they can't connect them yet, but time will tell.
Okay.
Well, we'll be keeping an eye out for your story at 5 o'clock.
Good one.
Trenton's got me on the puns here. I go to him when
he is the pun master. Kind of shameful, really.
I guess
this is turned into. Well, Taylor, awesome work this weekend. Stolen our innocence, and now you've opened our eyes. It's fantastic.
Yeah. This one's a little cleaner.
Yes.
Oh, good stuff.
Show the kids. That's great.
It's a family show. All right, we'll be right back.
We're going to be back with Richard Sines. Stick around. Hey, Fox 10 Talks. We've been having a great show so far. It's been really fun.
You've been rolling out the puns today. I got to get my game up here.
You will.
I'm
There's still
falling
time.
behind.
There's still time. So Hans Peterson's here. Talk about movies.
How does he do it all? He goes to work.
Man, I tell you what.
Then he has all these movies up his sleeve. And
has an expertise that you and I just will never get.
And I think he has 24 hours a day like we do to get things done, right? Or do you have more hours of the day?
A couple more.
Definitely the most cultured, I think, person.
Easily, by far.
It's amazing.
By far.
So, Hans, tell us about The Perfect Neighbor. I saw that was like #1 this weekend with Netflix.
It is.
Everybody's talking about
movie. It's and it just came out this weekend. And it was directed by Gita Gandbir, and it won a directing award at Sundance. We've got a little video of it, and it's basically primarily made up of body camera video shot over the course of 2 years, 2002, 2003, centered around an angry lady who wants to stop the kids from playing on her lawn, basically.
Which we all grew up with, I think.
My lawn,
right?
Yeah. We had a neighbor who was like, "Stop kicking the rocks into the street."
Yeah.
Just every.
And remember the neighbor. I saw this, by the way. The other neighbor said it was okay. There was a green yard space in between, and then she was on this side. So they were getting mixed signals. These 10 and 12 or 8-year-olds, whether they could play there or not.
Right.
And it was the only place to play in that neighborhood, it looked like.
Right, exactly.
Wow.
Exactly. And it's racially charged, too, because the lady's white. Most of the neighbors are African-American. And
where did this happen?
In Florida.
Florida,
In
of
Florida,
course.
Yes.
Of course.
And she's constantly, harassing the kids. And the story goes from kind of dull in the beginning to harrowing within just a matter of minutes. It, pivots. And she opens fire through a locked door, claiming she feared for her life. And without revealing too much, there are a lot of just shocking moments and heartbreaking moments on camera. I mean,
even after the shooting, during the arrest, it got tense, dealing with police. And then there's the whole, Florida's the epicenter for stand your ground stuff.
Right.
And she thought she was scared, she said, because someone was banging on her door before the shots were fired.
Of course.
So
the mysterious someone. Is it called The Perfect Neighbor? Is that how she presented herself initially?
Yes, that's how she describes herself to police. I'm the perfect neighbor here.
Right.
And you do see all the moments leading up to the confrontation, the constant times that she's calling police saying, these kids, they're playing and they're being loud.
And I thought police, what they included, handled things they always were there to diffuse the situation as much as they could.
That's
and of course, in the end, it didn't work, but it was good stuff. Yeah. Let's talk about the House of Dynamite.
One quick caveat, though, one quick caveat is if shaky video makes you nauseous with this movie, you might want to take it in bits and pieces.
Fair enough.
That's a good point.
But House of Dynamite, you've seen this one, did great. It's like 79% critics rating, 77%.
You won't shut up about this one, Brian.
Catherine Bigelow
You won't.
directed.
You won't. Me, no. But it seems to be based on the book you read. Probably I missed that part. But it was.
Yes. So, Nuclear War: A Scenario by Annie Jacobson that came out last year, and I've said it a lot of times in the newsroom, but last 10 years, books I've read, this one's been the most phenomenal. I think totally changed my perspective on nuclear weapons and how we use them, and just so eye-opening and shocking and disgusting and horrifying. But it sounds like they made it into a drama, which, woof, man.
Good actors. It was intense.
Yeah, and it's just a single missile, right? And they have to figure out who launched it.
Right.
They only got minutes.
I will say, too, just to add a little anecdote. So I was actually listening to this on audiobook, and then I read it again. But on my way to Arizona, so I'm driving a Ryder truck full of our stuff going through from Texas. So this is 20+ hour drive, go in the middle of nowhere, and we had to I basically left my previous station on a Thursday, and we had I had to be at work at Monday pretty much, So, and the new house, new everything. So my wife's amazing, going to take care of all the move in, but. So it's just white knuckle driving by myself because she's in our other vehicle with our daughter, and I'm driving this one by myself, and it's just middle of nowhere, Van Horn, Texas, El Paso, just really eerie place. And I'm hearing about a nuclear weapon has gone off in Washington, D.C. The president only has 26 minutes to do this.
An ad for the...
Right.
Okay, good.
And my wife, we stopped for gas, and she's like, what the hell is your
you
problem?
sweating?
And I'm like, honey, we've got to get there now. We're almost out of time.
Well, it was cool how they did the three different points of view.
Right.
And my brother was bummed at the ending. But
shocker, it doesn't end well.
Right. It stops.
We all lose.
It stops before it
kabooms.
Yeah. I didn't want to give it all away, but it's intense the whole way through, and you do realize as we've discussed.
It's called House of Dynamite. I think we all know.
We all know what's coming.
Jesus.
But there's no even with one the message you take away from it. Even with one, it's over.
That's all it takes,
it's
right?
Over.
And that's the premise of her book as well: is one nuclear weapon, and basically the world ends in 3 hours.
Because we have all these rules of engagement. Russia does, China does, and it's just it once one is up.
There's no winner.
There's no stopping it.
And the sad part too, I was actually listening to a separate interview with an expert on nuclear weapons recently. But this whole idea that we've had since the Cold War, the word is deterrence, and that is the idea that like mutually assured destruction, and I have them, you have them, nobody's going to use them because we don't want to see what that is. But the part with all of this machine is there's no plan B. There's no off ramp, of once one goes in the air, like you said, there's no way to recall it. There's no way to stop it. Interceptors don't work. I mean, it's really scary.
Boy,
I would say plan B is 3-Eye Atlas. And when the aliens get here, none of this is going to matter. What do we got, 2 weeks?
Well, we do.
Maybe
Vacation time is coming up. You're right, Mike. The Loeb scale, I believe, nuclear war is not factored into that.
No.
Which
not
is
even
fine.
a blip on the Loeb scale.
No. But hopefully they'll be here soon. I think the end of December.
Take us with you.
January, like Avi Loeb told you. We'll know. Right.
Good stuff, Hans. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Hans Peterson next week. We'll talk more.
More stuff. Big screen.
Well,
I saw Richard signs around here somewhere. Usually he's traveling with an entourage.
That's it. Just a man of everywhere.
Looking dapper as usual. Sir, what's up?
So
What's
that
up?
Perfect Neighbor movie. Now I want to watch it.
Yeah.
Is it in theaters or
Netflix. Right?
Netflix.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna check.
Rich, I got to ask you.
Yes.
What cufflinks we wearing today?
No, I don't have cufflinks today.
What?
I forgot my shirt, so this is my emergency shirt that I always have here at the station.
Smart move.
It doesn't have cufflinks.
But handkerchief.
Yes.
Yeah.
So dapper.
Emergency handkerchief.
So dapper. I love it.
You think he just has an emergency shirt? He's got an emergency
ready to
handkerchief,
go.
emergency watch, emergency
At all
fancy
times,
shoes.
like Clark Kent.
You got to be ready, man. You got to be ready. It's funny when you were talking about the drive from Texas all the way over here.
You know that drive.
I did. Yeah. My first TV job was in Midland, Odessa, Texas. And I drove from San Antonio to there. And this is in the mid-'90s, right? So I hit like scan on the stereo, and it just went around and around. It was like nothing. There was like no radio station. And I'm like, man, I hope I don't run out of gas.
Oh my gosh!
Because it's before GPS and all that stuff.
In the middle of the night,
funny.
too.
Yeah, pretty funny.
And when I was doing it too, it was just right with the moon, where it was a full moon going. Oh man, if anybody gets the opportunity to do that, it's quite an experience.
That's when you realize how big this country really is. When you go out there, it's like the next stop is 200. We don't know.
5, 6
we don't know.
And I did news for the first year and a half that I was there. And one of the first big story I got was there was in Van Horn. There was a plane crash. So they just gave me a map, a tripod, and a camera. And said, "Go that way." And I ended up going out
You
there.
won't miss it.
Yeah,
Wow.
it was crazy.
You're in the middle of nowhere when you turn the radio on. You don't even have like mariachi or like a
Nothing.
Christian radio station. Like even middle of Nevada, you got one of those two.
Right.
Yeah, it was nothing. It just went around.
Oh,
and
that's
around.
scary, man.
It was
That's
pretty
the edge of the earth is coming up.
Seriously.
What should we talk about with sports? Do we have
Boy,
ASU?
getting some love in the comments.
Of course.
Awesome.
About-
yes.
yeah.
Do you still
Hey,
have the
Buffett.
list?
The list.
wants to know.
Yes. What's up, Melinda? Yeah, I still have the list of the shirts I'm going to get for people. I still have that list, and I'm still going to get you guys those shirts for sure. During the streaming, when we did the streaming, they were great. We had some great conversations and stuff. So
That's so cool.
Mel's great. And also, you were talking about, I was out there for that ASU game when I was streaming, the 36 hours. Boy,
You're like the Jerry Lewis modern version
Seriously,
of that.
no kidding.
What
Man.
a crazy week for the
was
Devils,
nuts.
though. They lose to Houston, then
Go Cougs, by the way.
Yeah, Houston
you.
Cougars. They're
One more
looking
red.
good. They could be ranked for the first time in over 3 years.
Amazing.
When did Houston get good at football?
I know.
Just
And
this
at
year.
basketball, and they must. I mean, seriously, must be some money flowing into that college, right?
Yes, Tillman Fertitta has been very nice.
I
Yes.
see.
Yeah.
Is that oil money?
No, restaurant.
Texas
Really?
Tech's
Billion-dollar
got the oil
buyer.
money.
Yes.
Really?
Lubbock's got the oil money, that's for sure. But the tough loss, and then Cam Scadaboo's injury.
Right.
Oh,
that was
boy.
insane today.
can't-
And man,
you
got to
gotta
leave
feel
it to
for him.
Philly fans. Standing
They
ovation
were
as he's
cheering
getting
for-
hurt.
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah,
Well,
always class.
they booed Santa Claus. Remember, they threw
Right.
snowballs
Right.
at Santa Claus.
Snowballs,
They
yeah.
cheered when Michael Irvin got hurt. You know,
so it's a thing for them now. Like we're going to show how awful we are.
I went to, every year I go for fun and watch a different game in a city that I've never been to in a stadium. We went to Philly one year, and the Uber driver was the Eagles fan, but he was just dogging the team the whole time. I'm like, this is your team though, right? You like these guys, right? But no, I mean that's
doesn't matter who they're.
They're tough, man.
Good to know they'll go back at their own guys too.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
exactly.
Any non-discriminate.
When they win the Super Bowl, they destroy the city. So I think they just have some sort of like flipsy-flopsy condition where good things means they do bad things.
True.
So you think when the team loses, they would be happy, but no, just not happy.
Yeah, me and my buddy, we got in the Uber, and we had our luggage, and we go, take us to Geno's and Pat's, which is like the Philly cheesesteak.
Right.
And the guy goes, no, that's tourist.
No.
And we were like, but we're tourists.
We are tourists.
And he refused. He refused to take us.
Oh, my God.
No kidding.
He took us to some other place.
Right.
But it was way better.
Okay.
But it was funny, like, and it was like in some neighborhood, and we still had like our luggage, and it was like, and I didn't know, like, they were like, what do you want? I'm all cheese whiz, going down the line. And so then the next day we went to Geno's and Pat's, and it was nowhere near with the other one that the one guy. But it was
so
like,
kind of a soup Nazi kind of thing. Like you had to get your order right and don't mess it up. Don't mess up the line.
Yeah, exactly.
He's getting a commission for every person.
I just like did what everybody else did. I didn't even know.
City of brotherly love.
So Scadaboo's
when do you think he's gonna be back?
Ankle?
Oh, he's done for the year.
Yeah.
The foot was pointing the other way.
Oof.
Poor guy. He was gone. On pace to be Rookie of the Year.
God, I was gonna say, like his profile card, like, boom. I mean, he was a superstar in the Valley, but just to see him rocket ahead, I think everybody here was just like, go, damn.
And then he got a big ovation at the Knicks game.
Yeah,
he was taking that city by storm, and he was off to such a great start, like you said.
He's turned into the new Gronk.
Exactly.
Honestly,
yeah.
I loved it.
He'll be back though. He's a tough kid, and he's gonna attack this injury like he does everything else. So yeah, he'll be back, and I think ASU will bounce back too. It was just a tough weekend for them not having Jordan Tyson, and Sam Levitt got shaken up in the game.
Right.
So those are the top two guys on the team. So to lose both of them was tough. And like you said, Houston's a good team, man. They came in with a 6-1 record. They probably going to be ranked.
Yeah.
So they deserve it.
They had a little bit to play for with their strength and conditioning coach. I don't know if you saw him, but he passed away from cancer.
Yeah. Oh, did he?
Yeah, stage 4 melanoma, really tough. But great game, and see how it goes next
week. Good stuff, man.
Yeah.
Rich, appreciate it.
Sure thing.
Okay, we'll see you on the news at 5 o'clock.